Mindful resilience. 10 Buddhist ways to navigate any situation. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life, as if you're constantly drowning in responsibilities, worries, or the expectations of others? In today's fast-paced world, stress and anxiety have become an unavoidable part of daily life. We rush from one task to another, seeking success, validation, or simply a moment of peace. But what if I told you that peace isn't something you chase? It's something you cultivate from within. Imagine standing in the eye of a storm. The wind howls, the rain pours, but at the very center, there is stillness, a quiet space untouched by the chaos outside. What if you could create that kind of unshakable calm within yourself, no matter what life throws at you? This isn't just a dream. It's a reality you can achieve by understanding and applying timeless wisdom. The key to this transformation lies in shifting our perspective. Most of the time, we believe that external circumstances control our happiness. We think, if only I had a better job, a perfect relationship, or more money, I would finally be at peace. But the truth is, peace doesn't come from changing what's outside. It comes from mastering what's inside. Buddhism has offered profound insights on how to maintain inner peace and resilience for centuries. These teachings are not abstract ideas reserved for monks meditating in distant mountains. They're practical, actionable principles that anyone can apply in everyday life. Whether you're dealing with workplace stress, conflicts in relationships, or personal insecurities, the way you respond to these situations determines your inner state. Think of your mind like a glass of water. If you keep stirring it, the water becomes murky. But when you allow it to settle, it becomes clear. The same principle applies to our thoughts and emotions. When we learn to calm the mind, we begin to see things with clarity and wisdom rather than being carried away by emotional turbulence. Today, we will uncover 10 powerful Buddhist principles that can transform the way you respond to challenges, criticism, and uncertainty. These aren't just philosophical ideas. They are practical tools that can help you navigate life with strength, clarity, and grace. You don't need to be a Buddhist to apply them. They are universal truths that can benefit anyone seeking balance and fulfillment. Whether you're facing personal struggles, difficult relationships, or simply seeking a deeper sense of purpose, these teachings will equip you with a mindset to handle anything life brings your way. The journey to unshakable peace starts now. Let's dive in. 1. Clear purpose, a lighthouse in the storm. Have you ever asked yourself, what do I truly want in life? Your purpose is the lighthouse that keeps you steady amidst the turbulent seas of life. If you don't know where you are going, any road can lead you astray. Without clear direction, distractions and obstacles will feel overwhelming, making it easy to drift through life without a sense of fulfillment. Think of a mountain climber. When he embarks on his journey, he may face storms, slippery paths, or dangerous cliffs. But because he knows that the mountain peak is his goal, he never gives up no matter how difficult the path gets. He prepares carefully, ensuring he has the right equipment, the right mindset, and a well-thought-out plan. Similarly, when you define what truly matters to you, challenges become stepping stones rather than barriers. So, how do you discover your purpose? Start by asking yourself a few essential questions. What brings you the most joy? What values do you hold closest to your heart? What impact do you want to make on the world? Sometimes, purpose isn't about grand achievements, but about the simple, meaningful things we do daily. Being a kind friend, a supportive family member, or someone who spreads positivity wherever they go. Once you identify your purpose, remind yourself of it regularly. Write it down and place it somewhere visible. Every morning, take a few moments to reaffirm it. This daily practice will strengthen your resolve and keep you focused even in tough times. But having a purpose isn't just about knowing what you want. It's about aligning your actions with it. Imagine a ship sailing toward its destination. If the captain knows where to go but doesn't adjust the sails, the ship will drift off course. Similarly, your purpose should guide your daily decisions and habits. Are your actions today leading you closer to your purpose, or are they pushing you further away? Living with purpose also means embracing the process, not just the outcome. Many people believe happiness comes only when they achieve their biggest goals, but true fulfillment lies in the journey. Each small step toward your purpose is valuable, whether it's learning a new skill, helping someone in need, or simply showing up for yourself. In the words of the Buddha, your work is to discover your work and then with all your heart to give yourself to it. When you live with purpose, you create a guiding light that leads you through even the darkest storms. You will feel more energized, more motivated, and less swayed by temporary struggles. No matter where you are in life, it's never too late to redefine your purpose. Begin today, take small steps, and watch as clarity and direction transform your journey. 2. Becoming unbreakable. Imagine being in control of your emotions, no longer shaken by criticism, setbacks, or the negativity of others. True resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about learning how to stay strong and composed no matter what happens. The world around you will always be unpredictable. People will have opinions, circumstances will change, and challenges will arise. But your inner strength can remain unshaken. There is a story of a famous martial arts master who was once provoked by a young student. The student insulted him, did everything to make him angry, but the master just smiled and said nothing. When the student left, someone asked the master, "Why didn't you react?" The master replied, "If someone offers me a gift and I do not accept it, the gift still belongs to them." This wisdom teaches us a powerful lesson. We are not obligated to accept negativity from others. When someone tries to hurt you, you have two choices: let their words affect you, or simply refuse to engage with their negativity. By choosing not to react, you take away their power over your emotions. This doesn't mean you suppress your feelings. Rather, it means you acknowledge them without letting them dictate your actions. Building resilience is like training a muscle. The more you practice emotional control, the stronger you become. Techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, and reframing negative situations can help. When faced with criticism, instead of reacting impulsively, take a step back and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Often, you'll find that the best response is no response at all. Remember, being unbreakable does not mean being emotionless. It means knowing when to engage and when to let go. Another key to becoming unbreakable is self-confidence. People who are secure in themselves do not need validation from others. They understand that their worth is not defined by external opinions. One way to cultivate this confidence is through self-affirmation, reminding yourself of your strengths and values daily. Journaling about your successes and positive qualities can reinforce this mindset. Surrounding yourself with supportive people who uplift and inspire you is also essential. Additionally, adopting a mindset of impermanence can help you build resilience. In Buddhism, the concept of impermanence teaches that everything is constantly changing. If you experience failure or disappointment today, it is only temporary. Just as joy doesn't last forever, neither does sorrow. Understanding this can help you detach from negative emotions and see obstacles as passing waves rather than insurmountable barriers. Finally, remember that setbacks are inevitable. The strongest people are not those who never fall, but those who rise every time they do. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, every criticism a chance to refine yourself, and every hardship a lesson in resilience. Choose to be unbreakable, and you will move through life with a sense of peace that no one can take away. Strength is not about overpowering others, but about mastering yourself. By practicing these principles, you will develop an inner fortress that cannot be shaken by external forces. The more you nurture this mindset, the more you will find yourself responding to life's difficulties with grace, wisdom, and strength. True power comes from within, and once you tap into it, you will be truly unstoppable. 3. Turning criticism into motivation. Criticism is something we all encounter, whether from colleagues, friends, or even strangers. Often, our first reaction is to feel hurt or defensive. But what if we could shift our perspective? What if, instead of seeing criticism as an attack, we viewed it as a tool for personal growth? Consider a sculptor working on a block of marble. Every chip he carves away brings the sculpture closer to its final masterpiece. In the same way, constructive criticism can shape us into better versions of ourselves if we choose to embrace it. One key to handling criticism is understanding its source. Not all criticism is created equal. Some people offer feedback with the intention of helping us grow, while others may criticize out of jealousy, insecurity, or misunderstanding. Before reacting, ask yourself, is this feedback valuable? Can I learn from it? If the answer is yes, use it as an opportunity to improve. If not, let it go. Just like the martial arts master who refused to accept a harmful gift. History is full of examples of people who turned criticism into motivation. The famous writer J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers before Harry Potter became a worldwide success. Walt Disney was once told he lacked imagination. Instead of allowing these words to crush them, they used criticism as fuel to push forward. One powerful way to reframe criticism is through self-reflection. When someone points out a flaw, instead of becoming defensive, ask yourself, is there truth in this? How can I use this information to grow? This doesn't mean accepting every harsh word spoken about you, but rather taking a moment to objectively evaluate whether there's an opportunity for self-improvement. It's also important to remember that not everyone's opinion defines you. Just because someone criticizes your work, your choices, or even your personality, doesn't mean they are right. You define your own worth. If you believe in what you're doing, keep going. Additionally, responding to criticism with grace rather than hostility sets you apart. If someone offers constructive feedback, thank them. If someone is simply being negative, respond with calmness or choose not to engage. Your reaction is always within your control. In Buddhism, there is a saying, a jug fills drop by drop. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and neither does resilience to criticism. By making small, consistent efforts to learn from feedback rather than resist it, you cultivate a mindset of improvement rather than self-doubt. Ultimately, criticism is just another form of challenge, one that, when approached with the right mindset, can become a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Use it to refine yourself, push yourself, and become stronger. The world's greatest achievements were made not by those who were never criticized, but by those who refused to let it stop them. Part 4. Protect your mind like a garden. Your mind is like a garden. What you allow to grow inside will determine the quality of your life. Just as a gardener carefully selects which plants to cultivate and which weeds to remove, you must be mindful of the thoughts, beliefs, and influences you entertain. A well-tended mental garden can flourish with positivity, clarity, and inner peace, while a neglected one can become overrun with doubt, negativity, and anxiety. Imagine you wake up in the morning, and the first thing you do is check social media. Instantly, you are bombarded with a flood of opinions, arguments, and distressing news. Before you even begin your day, your mind is already clouded with stress and external noise. This is an example of allowing harmful weeds to take root in your mental garden. To protect your mind, be conscious of what you consume. Just as you would not put junk into your body and expect to feel energized, you cannot fill your mind with negativity and expect to have inner peace. Carefully choose what you read, watch, and listen to. Surround yourself with uplifting conversations and seek knowledge that enriches your soul. In Buddhism, mindfulness is a powerful tool for maintaining mental clarity. Being mindful means becoming aware of your thoughts and observing them without immediate reaction. When a negative thought enters your mind, instead of letting it take control, simply acknowledge it and let it go. This is similar to pulling out a weed before it spreads. Another way to cultivate a strong mental environment is through gratitude. Gratitude acts as a natural fertilizer for the mind, allowing positive emotions to grow stronger. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for. It could be something simple, a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunrise, or a peaceful moment of solitude. By focusing on what is good, you shift your attention away from negativity. Just as a garden requires regular care, so does your mind. Practice daily habits that nourish your mental well-being. Meditation, journaling, and moments of silence can help reset your thoughts and keep your mental space clear. Surround yourself with people who bring positivity into your life, and avoid environments that drain your energy. Protecting your mind does not mean avoiding all negativity. It means developing resilience against it. When you build a strong foundation of positivity, negativity loses its grip on you. Instead of being swayed by every stressful event or harsh comment, you remain centered and calm, like a deeply rooted tree that stands firm in the wind. By tending to your mental garden with care, you create an environment where peace, clarity, and wisdom can thrive. Over time, you will notice a profound transformation in how you think, feel, and react to the world around you. Your mind is your sanctuary. Protect it, nurture it, and let it flourish. Part 5. Overcoming fear and shame. Fear and shame are two of the most paralyzing emotions a person can experience. They hold us back from taking risks, from expressing our true selves, and from living fully. Fear whispers in our ears, telling us we are not good enough, that we will fail, that we will be judged. Shame, on the other hand, convinces us that our past mistakes define us, that we are unworthy of love, forgiveness, or second chances. But neither of these emotions tell the truth. They are illusions created by our minds. To overcome fear, we must first understand its nature. Fear is not the enemy. It is a signal. It alerts us to challenges, to growth opportunities, and to things we care deeply about. Instead of running away from fear, we should lean into it. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of and why? More often than not, fear loses its power when we confront it head-on. A powerful way to manage fear is through exposure. If you fear public speaking, start small. Speak in front of a mirror, then to a friend, then to a small group. Each time you step outside your comfort zone, fear loses its grip. Growth comes from taking action despite fear, not from waiting for fear to disappear. Shame, on the other hand, thrives in secrecy. The more we hide from it, the stronger it becomes. The key to overcoming shame is self-compassion. Recognize that mistakes are part of being human, and that everyone has moments they regret. Instead of dwelling on past failures, ask yourself, what did I learn? How can I grow from this? When we shift our focus from self-judgment to self-improvement, shame begins to dissolve. Buddhism teaches that imperfection is part of life. The lotus flower, one of Buddhism's most sacred symbols, grows in muddy water. It reminds us that beauty and strength can emerge from even the most difficult circumstances. You are not defined by your past or by your fears. You are defined by how you rise above them. Another technique to break free from fear and shame is mindfulness. When you feel overwhelmed by negative emotions, pause. Take a deep breath and observe your thoughts. Are they based on reality, or are they just old narratives replaying in your mind? By practicing mindfulness, you create space between yourself and your fears, allowing you to respond with clarity rather than react impulsively. Lastly, remember that courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite it. Every great achievement, every bold step forward, was made by someone who felt fear but did not let it control them. When you choose to face your fears and let go of shame, you reclaim your power and open the door to a life of authenticity and freedom. 6. Seeing everyone as a teacher. Life is a continuous journey of learning, and every person we encounter along the way has something to teach us. When we shift our mindset to view each individual as a teacher, we unlock a deeper level of growth, wisdom, and self-awareness. Some people teach us through their kindness and generosity, while others challenge us through their negativity or difficult behavior. Regardless of the experience, each interaction holds a lesson if we are willing to see it. Imagine a time when someone tested your patience, a rude stranger, a demanding boss, or a friend who let you down. In moments like these, frustration and anger may arise. But what if, instead of reacting negatively, you paused and asked yourself, what is this situation teaching me? Perhaps it is an opportunity to practice patience, resilience, or compassion. Every challenge we face is an invitation to grow. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of seeing all beings as our teachers. Even the most difficult people can provide valuable insights. The Dalai Lama once said, "Our enemies are our greatest teachers." Why? Because they show us where we still have work to do within ourselves. If someone's words or actions trigger a strong emotional response in us, it is often a reflection of something unresolved within. By recognizing this, we can turn conflicts into powerful lessons for self-improvement. Additionally, we can learn from observing others, their successes, failures, and the choices they make. A hardworking colleague might inspire us to be more diligent. A kind-hearted stranger may remind us to practice more empathy. Even a person who makes poor decisions teaches us by showing us what not to do. Every person is a mirror, reflecting parts of ourselves that we may not always see. To fully embrace the idea that everyone is a teacher, we must cultivate humility and an open mind. It is easy to dismiss advice or reject criticism, but true wisdom comes from being willing to learn from all sources. Instead of immediately defending ourselves when receiving feedback, we can ask, is there truth in this? How can I use this to grow? This shift in mindset transforms criticism into a valuable tool for self-improvement. We can also practice gratitude for the teachers in our lives. Think of the mentors, family members, or even strangers who have guided you in some way. Expressing appreciation not only strengthens relationships, but also reinforces the habit of recognizing the lessons in every experience. Ultimately, seeing everyone as a teacher helps us navigate life with greater wisdom and compassion. It allows us to approach each situation with curiosity rather than resistance. When we embrace learning as a lifelong journey, we open ourselves to endless growth and transformation. The world is a classroom, and everyone we meet has something to teach us, if we are willing to listen. 7. Living with a strong ethical code. Living with a strong ethical code is like having an internal compass that keeps you aligned with your values, guiding you through life's toughest decisions. Ethics are not just rules to follow. They are a reflection of who we are and what we stand for. When we live by a strong ethical code, we cultivate trust, self-respect, and inner peace. Ethics form the foundation of all great spiritual traditions, including Buddhism. The 5 precepts in Buddhism, refraining from killing, stealing, lying, harmful sexual conduct, and intoxicants, serve as ethical guidelines that lead to a life of clarity and integrity. But beyond religious teachings, ethics are personal principles that shape our character and interactions with others. One of the most powerful benefits of living with integrity is the sense of peace it brings. When our actions align with our values, we experience fewer inner conflicts. We do not have to carry the burden of dishonesty, guilt, or regret. Consider the feeling of knowing you've done the right thing. Even when no one is watching, it brings a sense of self-worth and confidence that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. Living ethically also strengthens our relationships. Trust is built on honesty and consistency. When we act with integrity, people know they can rely on us. Whether in friendships, business, or family life, ethical behavior fosters deep, meaningful connections that stand the test of time. However, living by a strong ethical code is not always easy. There will be temptations and moments of moral dilemmas. In these situations, ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? Making ethical choices requires courage, especially when faced with societal pressures or personal gain. But in the long run, choosing integrity always leads to a more fulfilling life. Another crucial aspect of ethics is self-discipline. Many times, we know what is right, but we struggle to follow through. Developing discipline, whether in our words, actions, or habits, ensures that we stay committed to our values. This might mean resisting gossip, choosing kindness over retaliation, or being honest even when it is difficult. Practicing mindfulness can help us make ethical choices. When we slow down and reflect before acting, we become more aware of the consequences of our decisions. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can respond with wisdom and compassion. In Buddhism, right speech and right action are part of the Eightfold Path, emphasizing the importance of ethical conduct in the pursuit of enlightenment. But even outside of Buddhism, living with integrity makes life more meaningful. When we act with honesty, kindness, and responsibility, we inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of goodness in the world. Ultimately, living with a strong ethical code is not about being perfect. It is about striving to be the best version of ourselves. It is about making choices that align with our values and contribute to the well-being of others. When we live ethically, we build a life of respect, trust, and deep personal fulfillment. 8. Living in harmony with nature. Living in harmony with nature is not just about appreciating its beauty. It is about recognizing our deep connection to the world around us. Nature is a reflection of life itself, constantly changing, growing, and adapting. When we align ourselves with its rhythms, we cultivate a sense of peace, balance, and mindfulness. Buddhism teaches that nature and human existence are interconnected. The trees, rivers, mountains, and sky are not separate from us. They are part of the same life force that sustains all beings. When we pause to observe nature, we learn valuable lessons about patience, resilience, and impermanence. A tree does not resist the changing seasons. It embraces them. Similarly, we must learn to accept change as a natural part of life. One of the simplest ways to reconnect with nature is through mindfulness. Take time to be fully present in natural surroundings. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Listen to the rustling leaves. Observe the intricate details of a flower. These small moments of awareness ground us in the present, reducing stress and bringing clarity to our thoughts. Living in harmony with nature also means respecting and protecting it. Just as we care for our own well-being, we should care for the environment that nurtures us. This can be done through simple actions, reducing waste, conserving resources, and choosing sustainable habits. When we treat nature with kindness, we develop a deeper sense of gratitude for the gifts it provides. Spending time in nature has profound effects on our mental and physical health. Studies show that walking in a forest, sitting by the ocean, or even tending to a garden can lower stress levels, improve mood, and increase overall well-being. Nature has a healing power that brings us back to our true essence, reminding us that we are part of something greater. In Buddhist philosophy, the practice of walking meditation is a way to cultivate harmony with nature. As you walk slowly and mindfully, you become aware of each step, each breath, and each sensation. This practice helps to quiet the mind and deepen your connection to the earth beneath your feet. Ultimately, living in harmony with nature is about adopting a way of life that is in tune with the world around us. It is about finding joy in simplicity, embracing change, and honoring the interconnectedness of all living things. When we align ourselves with nature's flow, we experience a profound sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that we are not separate from life, but a vital part of it. 9. Weaponizing gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for transforming our lives. It has the ability to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, from complaints to appreciation, and from frustration to fulfillment. When practiced regularly, gratitude becomes more than just a habit. It becomes a mindset, a way of seeing the world that enhances our sense of well-being and resilience. Buddhism teaches that gratitude is not just about saying thank you, but about cultivating deep awareness and appreciation for all aspects of life. This includes not only the joyful moments, but also the challenges that shape us. Every experience, whether pleasant or difficult, holds a lesson. When we learn to appreciate both, we free ourselves from suffering and develop a sense of inner peace. A practical way to cultivate gratitude is through journaling. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you're grateful for. These can be simple things: a kind word from a friend, a warm meal, or even the opportunity to breathe and experience another day. Over time, this practice rewires the brain to focus on positivity and abundance rather than scarcity. Another powerful approach is expressing gratitude to others. A heartfelt thank you to a loved one, a message of appreciation to a colleague, or even a silent moment of gratitude for those who have positively impacted our lives can strengthen relationships and foster deeper connections. Even in difficult situations, gratitude can be a guiding force. Instead of seeing obstacles as burdens, try to view them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge teaches us something valuable: resilience, patience, strength, or compassion. By shifting our perspective, we can turn hardships into stepping stones toward greater wisdom and understanding. Scientific studies have shown that practicing gratitude improves mental and physical health. It reduces stress, enhances mood, and even strengthens the immune system. People who regularly practice gratitude report higher levels of happiness and a greater sense of purpose in life. In Buddhist philosophy, gratitude is linked to mindfulness. When we are fully present in the moment, we recognize the richness of life as it unfolds. Whether it's savoring a simple meal, appreciating the laughter of a child, or feeling the sun on our skin, gratitude grounds us in the present and fills us with contentment. Ultimately, gratitude is a choice. It is a conscious decision to focus on the good, even when life is challenging. By embracing gratitude, we cultivate a mindset of abundance, joy, and resilience. We stop taking life for granted and start seeing every moment as a gift. In doing so, we not only transform our own lives, but also inspire those around us to see the beauty in theirs. Conclusion. As we come to the end of this journey through Buddhist wisdom, let us take a moment to reflect. The principles we have explored, finding purpose, cultivating resilience, embracing gratitude, and living harmoniously, are not just abstract ideas. They are practical tools that, when applied consistently, can lead to a life of inner peace and fulfillment. Life will always present challenges, but with the right mindset, we can navigate them with grace. By seeing every situation as an opportunity to grow, we transform obstacles into stepping stones. When we align our actions with our values, we cultivate integrity and purpose. By appreciating the present moment and practicing gratitude, we unlock a deeper sense of joy and connection. Buddhist teachings remind us that true peace does not come from the outside world, but from within. The journey toward enlightenment is a lifelong practice, one of mindfulness, self-awareness, and compassion. Every day is a chance to make small changes that lead to profound transformation. As you move forward, take these lessons with you. Integrate them into your daily life. Reflect on them, and allow them to guide your thoughts and actions. Remember, the path to a more peaceful and fulfilling life is always within your reach. Thank you for being a part of this journey. May you find clarity, strength, and serenity in every step you take.